The Tjuntjuntjara community, last census had 169 people in it. Right now there's about 110, I'm guessing, because people are away. The school's been going about 20 years. Our community has a great clinic. We actually have a dental facility, office, shop, women's centre, art centre, and one of the really strong programs now also is our Spinifex Ranger program, which works very hard with the school to develop children's cultural knowledge. And right now we're working on the concept of two-way science, looking at the traditional science and Western science. And as the principal of the school, my job is to work hard together with the community to do the best for kids. We certainly make sure we're doing things that are locally suitable and utilising the local resources in children's learning and their local culture and language. Now, can you guess what I want to use these blocks for?
For the pins.
This is a sign goes up each morning for Tjuntjuntjara, little kids' school really. And so we have that 4 mornings a week, and we self-fund that as a school community because we believe it's important for kids to actually develop a capacity to play. And it's an opportunity for parents to play with their kids. So this is basically our play group, and kids come and play. Good morning, Adelina. And this goes for 4 mornings a week. And whilst it's at school, it's actually just families and community coming together to do things. We don't have a formal program as a school, but this certainly follows what we call the Warburton model. There's a structure to it that involves using traditional languages, having families read to their kids and engage with their kids learning at a young age, because the 0 to 4 window, if you like, is vitally important. This is a safe place for kids to be and a really enjoyable place for them to be. 4-inch rainfall, so we don't have a lot of lawn, but we do nurture one little bit, and that's mainly for the 0 to 4, the little babies and kids to actually come and play, do water play, that type of thing. So whilst we're remote, there's no reason why we don't have a nice place to be. And a few years ago we got this nice building here, and that school officer, staff prep room, staff room and principal's office, which makes it a little bit easier. And so here we have the front office. And in here we have the principal's office, and as you can see, we've got photos of kids, photos of own family. Yeah, I'm a grandfather, it's amazing. Yeah. And through here we have the staff room. We've got visitors right now working in our school. So we have well-equipped school with lots of technology, lots of practical resources in numeracy and literacy, sport, camping gear. So we don't lack anything, and a real success will come when kids are really numerate and literate in a Western sense, but also retain their culture and language in a Pittenbella sense. So two-way learning, and we're looking for 2 ways of success also. Just looking at the career pathways for Tjuntjuntjara kids, working in the Community Resource Centre with Pil and Aru looking after country, the Spinifex Rangers at the school, and this group just put that together so we're aware that there are options for kids in community. We're not educating kids to go away. This is their country, this is where their families are, so it's about keeping people on country if that's what they desire. Certainly the ambition of community is to build their community again on their country. This beautiful car here is a wonderful asset for our school, a lovely piece of artwork, great for going to the rubbish dump, great for carrying bikes, great going bush, great for rabbiting. So in this sea container we actually have a great set of push bikes, and they're utilised as reward for good learning during school, and then out of hours often the youth worker in the community will take kids bike riding. So it's about reward, but it's also about getting our kids active, you know, just physically active, and bikes are a great way to do it. They really love it. So key is looking after and keeping them going. These are the original buildings, if you like, 2 classrooms and the staff room and an office. In the last years we've turned this into the 0 to 4 playgroup area. Things like lawn from Bunnings just makes a nice place for kids to sit, even though we can't have a lot of lawn. After recess we spend time reading together in shared reading, actually directed reading. And we work closely with the Indigenous Literacy Foundation. They supply us with books often, and they've also held writers' camps out here with our kids and from other schools. They're a great organisation, really supporting literacy development in remote communities. So we do activities like this sort of walking together to close the gap, where people actually painted their feet, and just to identify that we are working together as a school community to make sure the kids get the best. So each year we celebrate Close the Gap. We have a Close the Gap photo, which are pretty good, but it's the concept is working together and focus on the needs of our kids. Let's see how the kids go here. This is our junior primary class.
T. P.
So here we have the junior primary class, and we utilise letters and sounds as the cornerstones of literacy, and be as explicit as we can in what we do. It's vitally important that the kids don't miss those stepping stones in numeracy and literacy. And we use Nelson math as the cornerstone, in regard, especially in counting in regard to numeracy. And again, being explicit as we can. So this is junior primary class.
Go. Next one. Remember, two sounds.
And now we go into the senior class. So the school's well equipped. We have smart boards, laptops, standalone computers, iPads, cameras, all that type of thing. So we have all of that. But the key again is actually explicitly teaching, moving along the continuing numeracy and literacy in the Western sense, and utilising like the local ranges and families to teach the culture and language in Tjuntjuntjara. We use this breezeway. We do a lot of what we call punu, and here's an example of it here. Woodworking using the local gutaya tree, or Western mile as it's called. This is by far the biggest piece we've taken on, and the kids will work collaboratively and we'll turn that into a seat in our school. But they also make punu puppets, punu dogs, so it's actually going bush with their families, learning how to dig up the roots of the gutaya tree and how to make artefacts out of them. So it's about handing the knowledge on between generations. So this is room 3, in the middle of a lesson. Don't mind me. And this is where secondary students work, but also it's developing into a STEM area in a Western sense. This is where all our technology, robotics, Lego techniques, down to Duplo and Lego and things like that. So we're developing a space in our school this year, taking on the concept of using STEM as a program within our school to motivate and engage kids in learning the science area, but also through numeracy, literacy, social studies, all that type of thing. So this is our home ec room. This room is where we do art or science. We actually do lots of things here. It's a multi-use room, but it's also a room where if kids want breakfast in the morning through Food Bank, wonderful organisation in Kalgoorlie, we'll provide Weet-Bix fruit and milk as a basic feed if someone's very hungry. So like this morning there was 2 kids, yesterday morning none. But we certainly, with the support of our Women's Centre, provide morning tea 4 mornings a week. 2 mornings a week as a school we do that, and 2 mornings a week the Women's Centre come and do that. It's providing a nice meal during the school day for their kids. It's pretty basic, but we do target as much as possible using healthy food. Our community store sells packet chips on Fridays and Saturdays only. You can't buy ice creams, you can't buy lollies and chocolate in the store because the community is very, very aware of the issue of diabetes and kidney disease. So as a school we support that. The community has been doing that for decades, having a store that sells a lot of fruit and veg. And so as a school we back that up in what we do here. The last facility we have is the school library, and it's actually a masterstroke. It's a great environment for doing many, many things. One of the main things we use it for is on winter nights. It's a great place for school community to gather with kids and families, look at movies, look at photos, share books, all that type of thing. So come in. So it's a wonderful space. I can't imagine the school without it. So here we display kids' work. We display punu that the kids have done. This is an amazing piece of wood, this bit of gutaya, and we call it the reading wheelchair. Kids sit underneath and read. And again, it's bringing that environment, the Spinifex country, inside the school. And the kids worked on that collaboratively for a very long time to get this piece of wood. And yes, that did come through the front door. Many people don't believe me, but it did come through the front door in one piece. So this is the space where we'll gather as a school and a whole school community. The smart board, we can access TV here. An example of what we do with it, we've actually live streamed the community band playing in a concert in Kalgoorlie. We've live streamed it into this library. So it acts as a really wonderful place for school community together. Finding space sometimes in a small school is pretty hard, but here we have well, our new music room, I suppose. We've just brought it into the library. Kids are slowly working on being able to play ukuleles. We'll have men come in, But if they want to come and use this equipment, they must play with kids. So I've come in one day and there's one adult and one kid drumming, adult playing the guitar, and they're making a great sound together. So it's a place where adults can come and pass on their musical knowledge to their kids. And we work hard at looking after it. So this equipment here, for instance, is actually 4 years old. So it's teaching them utilisation of equipment, how to care for it, and how to make sure it stays a long time. Well, the traditional instruments really are clapping sticks and their voice. So we do singing, and we certainly do songwriting with kids here about specific issues, whether it be singing and writing a song about keeping your kidneys healthy, or whether it's singing about their country. And that's a really wonderful motivating factor, and families certainly love to hear their kids sing. Like any other school, Tjuntjuntjara families want their kids to be successful. They want them to be successful in a Tjuntjuntjara sense as young men and women in their community, but they also want them to be able to be successful in the Western world also. So a big challenge for all of us, and working together makes that a much easier task. In language, we don't have any restriction on language here. We are teaching standard Australian English, but we don't say it's the best. It's another language that you need to learn, and we certainly encourage kids to maintain the Tjuntjuntjara language. So here's a Tjuntjuntjara dictionary, and this mainly comes from the north of South Australia. So the vision for the place here at Tjuntjuntjara as a school is to maintain that community drive and ownership of school, and the vision must belong to school community. Because I don't know how long I'll be here. We have a changeover of teachers that is far too rapid at times, so it's got to be owned by community. So the vision is a really strong place of learning that supports both numeracy and literacy in a Western and Tjuntjuntjara sense. So retaining culture, retaining language, but also learning the other way. Building a school that provides a great education for kids so they can build their community, their families. Whatever direction this school goes in, the direction must be based on the vision of the community. The future's still a great future, but there's certainly a great need to collaborate and work together, because there's lots of hurdles to get over at this point, lots of challenges, and we need the support of our nation. So Australia's really is learn about Aboriginal people, learn about their history, learn about their culture, and go and meet some, spend time with them. It's a really, really important thing.